Lastly, to cap this all off, we also have prepared a short sharing by one of your seniors who is a Riversidean now. Okay, so to start off our sharing today, we wanted to say that we did notice a few questions for us in the Padlet that was prepared for you, asking us why Riverside is famous in the Woodlands area and what we are famous for, right? And I think the answer to your question is simple, right? Riverside is famous because we are a school of distinction since 1987. Right, and that gives us about 35 years of bringing an all-rounded education to every Riversidean. And we have also received the MOE School Distinction Award for our endeavor, right, and bringing excellent education to our students. Right, so to start off, actually at Riverside, we seek to nurture each and every Riversidean who passes through our gates into all-rounders, imbued with integrity and grace to face any future challenges. And to do that, our school community emphasizes two aspects. One, right, is the care and challenge, right? And we challenge our students in both academic and non-academic domains and support their endeavors with a caring community comprising form teachers, year heads, allied educators, school leaders, etc. And so these are actually Riverside's vision and mission. So at this point of time, I thought, to invite all of you to take a moment to think about this question, right? Who do you want to be? And how do you want to be like after 4 years of secondary education? Right, so take a few seconds to ponder over this question. And with that, I thought I should move on to this whole idea about what makes a Riversidean, right? And for us at Riverside, we envisage every Riversidean to be an ethical leader, a future-ready digital learner, a creative individual, and last but not least, a compassionate and active global citizen. And these student outcomes that I've just illustrated are also anchored in our 8 school values, which we would like to imbue Riversideans with. Right, and these school values that you see on screen now, in short, they are known as the RS spirit. Okay, and this is also how our classes in every level are named to embody this RS spirit that we promote in Riverside Secondary School. And how exactly do our Riverside curriculum and co-curriculum develop Riversideans? Let me take you through some of the examples. Okay, so first, in Riverside, we believe that all Riversideans have the potential to be leaders in their own areas of influence, right? So we do have a very robust student leadership program that provides opportunities for our students, ranging from student counselors, sports leaders, CCE champs, CCA leaders, and class committee executive committee to hone their leadership skills and to learn that leadership is not only just about themselves, but also that kind of ability to positively influence the people around them to achieve a shared goal, not only in the school, but also in the community. Right, and next, as you might already know, every secondary school student is equipped with a personal learning device. And in Riverside, every student is equipped with an iPad to support their learning as part of our customized Riverside personalized digital learning program, right? And just a note to say that the iPads are not just devices, right? They not only help students to develop deep learning in various subjects, they also help students to develop self-directedness, collaborative skills, and also digital literacies, right? So if you join us at Riverside, okay, you get the opportunities to use iPads in and out of the classrooms, right? And you would also then be able to learn how to curate information, connect with others, and also create digital products using technology more effectively. Right, and also equally important for students, right, in the use of their iPads, right, are the productivity skills such as note-taking, calendaring, and organization of files. And you'll see that these are digital skills that will help you to be more efficient and more organized and would certainly prepare you for the real world. Right, and moving on, I think at Riverside, we also care about unleashing the creative potential of our students. Therefore, as part of our Arts for Life program, right, which is of course our Learn for Life program, we do have a range of activities that cater to a wide variety of arts interests, such as digital photography, digital music, and speech and drama. Right, and there are also activities that Riversideans have initiated on their own accord to express themselves through the different forms of art, right? Such as music, right? So we do have regular karaoke sessions during recess time, right, at the canteen for students to express themselves through singing, right? So you could actually see that in one of the photos on screen, right? And also our students have initiated to paint their own classroom walls, right? And from this, we could see so many of our Riversideans, right, are really aesthetically inclined, right? And if you join us, right, and if you visit our school, you would definitely experience the vibrant arts culture, right, that we do have at Riverside Secondary School. Now, beyond the school, we also firmly believe that Riversideans should be well acquainted with the wider world, right? And of course, their place in it, right? And this is done through our applied learning program in global citizenship education and critical social inquiry, right? And this is where Riversideans explore a range of global issues such as poverty, race, and meritocracy, right? And every year, right, this gets Riversideans very excited over our annual Riverside Model United Nations Conference, in short, RS Month, right, as you can see on screen, right, where they take on different roles as ministers and world leaders to discuss pertinent issues of the world and community. So if you join us and you get the opportunity to also participate in RS Month, you will not only broaden your horizons by working with your peers, right? You also get to develop critical thinking and responsible decision-making skills that are applicable in all aspects of your life as a global citizen. Okay, and of course, with that, we do have our Riverside Character and Citizenship Education Program that is grounded in our 8 school values that I have previously mentioned. And this is our way of encouraging Riversideans to have a heart for the community and the nation through the various values in action projects. So with our vision of a Riversidean, we believe that students who pass through the gates of Riverside will be ready to take on the challenges of the future. And this hopefully would have provided you an insight on why Riverside Secondary School is a choice school for many. Right, so now I think I would like to move on to the next question, right, that we would like to address, okay, because we did see this question on a Padlet on what makes Riverside Secondary School so special, right? And now, on top of what we have just shared, right, I would also like to just share with you now that if you join us, you can be assured of a wholesome Riverside experience that spans 4 years of education, right, where you are developed as a person and as a leader, right? So on screen, you could see our 4-year, right, Riverside experience here, where you would develop this kind of self-awareness, right, starting from secondary 1, where you grow to learn more about yourself. Okay, and as you progress to secondary 2 and 3, you would then learn more about your community and society. And last but not least, you know, in your graduating year, right, you would then put all this information together, right, to think about how you can make a difference and contribute to your society. Right, so this is something that is very unique, right, to Riverside Secondary School. And a unique feature of this Riverside experience that many of our students love, right, or if I may say, all of our students really love, right, is our Riverside Integrated Skills Experience, right, in short, our RISE program. Okay, this is our Riverside signature program that creates opportunities for Riversideans to acquire and integrate knowledge and skills in different settings and across disciplines at different junctures of the year. So for example, as I'm speaking to you now, right, our secondary 2 cohort is currently at Admiralty Park, engaging in activities to develop their leadership and collaborative skills, right? Our secondary one cohort is currently doing a coding workshop, right, to acquire coding skills. And in fact, personally for me, I just went out to sea, right, with my secondary 3 students yesterday, right, on a boat tour with the Maritime Port Authority to learn more about Singapore's maritime heritage and also the possible career opportunities in the future, right, that they can possibly explore, right? So, you know, this RISE program here, as mentioned, okay, it provides a very unique and memorable experience for our Riversideans, right? And this makes us special because we care about our students' growth as a person on a whole, and we are committed to making your Riverside experience an enriching one. Right, so you could hear that, yes, I am currently in school, so the school bell is ringing. Okay, all right, so further to that, you know, just like in primary school or other secondary schools, CCA certainly form a big part of every student's life. And in Riverside, we do have a wide range of 21 CCAs that you can choose from to pursue your passion and your interests. Okay, so you can see the whole suite of CCAs that are available if you join us. Okay, and besides our excellent co-curriculum, we also have been attracting cohorts who excel academically, right? So on screen now, right, you can see the PSLE score range for 2021 that can also be found on MOE's School Finder webpage. So if you join us as a Riversidean, right, we'll definitely place you in very good stead as we are a school of distinction in all aspects of the word. Right, so moving on, right, I think especially for those of you who are interested in applying for DSA to Riverside, we would like to briefly share with you some tips, right, for DSA. But before that, I thought that, you know, maybe we could just once again take a look at the 2022 DSA talent areas for Riverside Secondary, right? So this year, you would see that there are in total 5 areas, right, that are applicable for your DSA application, right? The first one is on leadership and character. Second, Tamil language. Third, choir. Fourth, concert band. And last but not least, media, right? So let's say, you know, if you do have some form of skill set and experience, right, in these talent areas, right, we certainly welcome you, right, to apply for DSA via these areas. Right, so at this juncture, I thought it's good for us to take a pause, right, because we did see some questions that you have asked us regarding DSA that we would like to take this opportunity to address. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I did hear Mr. Sharil say that, you know, to take out your notebook and to take notes, right? So if I could just, you know, respond to some of the questions that have been placed on the Padlet, okay, that cannot be found on our Riverside DSA microsite, okay, information that cannot be found on our microsite, I will try to address them today here to the best of my ability, okay? Right, so the first question that was asked, now what are the criteria for leadership application on DSA, and is it only for CCA leaders and prefects of schools? Right, so to answer this question, actually the criteria have been listed on our school website here, right? I think we welcome any form of leadership experience that you have in school or even beyond school, right? So it's not just limited to CCA leaders and prefects of schools, all right? So let's say if you do have other form of leadership experience, even as a class chairperson, a class monitor, all right, there is always a chance, right, that you can apply to DSA via this talent area. Okay, so this is one question. Another question that we saw here that we'd like to address, do I need to be able to play a band instrument in order to join DSA concert band, right? So yes, concert band is one of the listed talent areas. Okay, to answer to this question is yes, right? You need to be able to play a band instrument that's relevant to the concert band in order to apply for DSA under this talent area, right? Reason being that your technical skills are valued and required for you to join concert band in Riverside Secondary School, right? So I hope that this has answered your question regarding that. Okay. Another question that we saw and we would like to address: can I use guitar CCA to join DSA through concert band? Right. So the quick answer to this is no, because guitar is not a relevant musical instrument for concert band. However, right, if you do hold leadership position and have leadership experience in your guitar CCA, that can then be used to apply for DSA under the talent area of leadership and character. Okay, so you may not be able to apply via concert band, okay, but if you do hold leadership experience and position, right, you can then explore applying via the talent area of leadership and character. Okay, so hopefully that clarifies this question that the student has, right? And if I'm not wrong, there's also one similar question on whether if you are from soccer, right, or sports CCA, you would be able to, apply via DSA. Certainly, you can if you do have relevant leadership experience in your sports CCA. Okay, right, so that's one, right? And another question that has been posted on a Padlet, can Indian dance be used for DSA, right? And a similar response to this question is no, right? Because as mentioned, it's not a CCA, right, that has been listed as a talent area. But if you do have some form of leadership experience in Indian dance, then that can be used, right, as a piece of evidence, right, that you can apply via the talent area of leadership and character. Okay, right. Now I'll move on to the next question here, right? I think one of you here asked the question on the creation of portfolio for DSA through leadership, right? Is there a need to create a portfolio, right? The answer here is no, right? Actually, no portfolio is needed to be submitted for your DSA application, right? But please be ready to bring along your leadership experience and share it during the interview should you be shortlisted. Okay, right? And the last question that I would like to address here is one that's quite specific, right? Can I apply for DSA through leadership and join other CCAs, right? And what do I need to commit to if I am selected through DSA leadership, right? So the answer to the first part of this question is that yes, right? Even if you successfully apply through DSA via the leadership area, right, you will still have a choice of a CCA, right, according to your interest that you indicate if you get to join us next year in 2023, right? And the commitment, right, if you were to be selected through DSA under the leadership area, okay, students who are accepted into Riverside via DSA leadership will be enrolled as a junior counselor, right, in secondary one when they join us in the school, all right? So that is the commitment that would be required, right, if you are successfully selected, right, via this area of talent. Okay, right, so I think we have pretty much answered quite a number of questions regarding DSA, right? However, I know that on the Padlet, there are many questions also asking us on how you can prepare yourselves for the DSA interview, right? So what we have done here is to put together for you 5 ways to prepare for your DSA interview, and hopefully these would become very useful handles for you, right, in the next 1 to 2 months, right, when you go through the DSA process, right? But firstly, before I go through these 5 tips, I just wanted you to know that DSA is important for us, right, at Riverside Secondary School, right? It is not only a chance for you to get to know us, but also a chance for us at Riverside to get to know you. And this year, the interviews will be held face-to-face and they will be conducted individually, right? So there won't be group interviews. Right, so with that, I'm just going to, briefly walk you through 5 tips that you can bear in mind to prepare yourselves for your DSA interview in the event you get shortlisted, all right, by the school. Okay, so first on the screen you can see, right, is to know your strengths and skills, right, and be prepared to cite evidence on how you have demonstrated them, right? And it is important to be able to differentiate yourself from other applicants, right? Because you need to know that you are not the sole applicant via DSA, right? So having self-awareness and being able to articulate and provide examples on your strength and your skill set would be important to make yourself stand out from the others, right? Second tip, right? Prepare for commonly asked questions, right? And how to do this, right? You can consult your teachers, right? And maybe your seniors, right, who have gone through DSA before and practice these questions and answers with them. Okay, this would help to build your confidence, right, when you face the interviewers during the interview. Right, and the third tip, this is important, right? Elaborate on how you can contribute to the school, right? And one extra tip here for you is that at Riverside, we are very keen to hear how you can contribute to our school. So it is important for you to know more about Riverside Secondary School, not only through the sharing today, but maybe via our school website. Okay, and a piece of advice for you is to go to our DSA microsite to hear from our current students and learn some tips from them on how to value add to what Riverside already has currently. Okay, so this tip number 3 actually is quite critical if you get shortlisted, okay, for the DSA interview. Right, the fourth tip here, right, is with your research about the school, you may have questions to ask us, right? So please do not feel shy to ask us questions that you may want to know more about when you see us face-to-face for the interviews, right? And I think last but not least, be yourself, right? And do your best, right? So I think with that, hopefully we have given you some insights, right, into how to prepare for DSA interviews, right? Let's say if you get selected, right, after the application period. Right, for more information, you can always go to our school website and DSA microsite to find out, the answers to some of your questions. Right. Now, with that, right, I thought it's a good time to round off our sharing. I mean, I'm mindful of the time. Mr. Sharia, I think do we have a bit of time just to share the video?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, and I've mentioned earlier on that we do have a video prepared by one of Admiralty Primary, alumnus, Le Qi. I'm not too sure whether you know her, okay, because she graduated, I think about 3 years ago, right? So she's currently in secondary 3 in Riverside Secondary School, right? She was very glad to prepare this sharing with all of you. However, right, and sadly, she can't be here with us live because she's out for the RISE program. Okay, so she's currently enjoying herself outside school with her peers, right? But nevertheless, okay, I'm going to just share with her. So I hope share with you the video that she has prepared for you. Yeah, and hope you enjoy. Right, please let me know whether you all could hear the sound.
Good morning, principals, teachers, and students of Admiralty Primary. I am Le Qi, and I am currently a Sec 3 student at Riverside Secondary School. I am also an alumnus of Admiralty Primary. And today I will be sharing with you why I chose Riverside Secondary School, my RSS experience, and my thoughts on DSA. I decided to choose Riverside Secondary School in Primary 6 as my teacher at the time told me that it would be a good school if I wanted to further develop my leadership skills and have more opportunities. There were also school talks that touched on DSA, which made me interested in the application through it. I was a prefect and CCA leader, so I decided DSA through student leadership. As I entered through student leadership, I was able to choose a CCA of liking, visual arts. If you come down to Riverside, you'll notice that the walls around the school is covered in murals and paintings. By DSAing through leadership, I was ensuring myself a place in the student council and opportunities to continue serving the student body and school. That's why I applied to Riverside through student leadership. My Riverside experience has been nothing short of amazing. Riverside has developed me into a more confident and ethical leader, which helped me to develop relationships with others and lead by example, especially through the Riverside Integrated Skills Experience programs, which occur every year. I get to bond with my classmates and grow comfortable with them. Thus, I have more courage and feel free to communicate with them. This comfortability and confidence made me more willing to take up opportunities I was unsure about. For example, earlier this year, I ran for the student council president and I was tasked to share my vision for the school and what I would do if I was elected. This gave me a platform to use my voice, and although it was scary to pitch my ideas to the whole school, it was a fun experience as I got to know what people thought of me and my ideas. Riverside also has Values in Action programs, which made me become an active contributor to the school and community. For the VIA project in Sec 1, my class decided to make care packs for the Sec 4 and 5s who were taking their exams. As I was the class chairperson, I led in the task delegation and packing of the care packs. After the seniors received the packs, they shared their appreciation to us, and I felt encouraged to continue participating in similar activities. Recently in January, I volunteered in a distribution activity by the Northwest Youth Assembly with my friend. Although it wasn't a school-initiated program, I was interested in participating as the VIA programs made me gain an interest in volunteering. I was actually pretty nervous about applying through DSA as I had to choose my schools without knowing my PSLE results. However, I also had fun as it was a new experience for me, applying to schools before my friends and going to these schools for interviews. The interview at Riverside was conducted in a group setting with 5 teachers and 5 students in one group. We took turns to answer the questions asked. Some tips for your portfolio preparation is to have experiences, either in school or external opportunities related to the school's DSA. This will allow you to communicate how you want to contribute to the school and grow as a leader. For example, I wanted DSA through student leadership, so I took up leadership positions in student council and my CCA. Besides that, I also think that your personal qualities and conduct play a part as the teachers look at that too. As for the interview, you can talk to your leadership teachers for sample questions and prepare yourself with that. Most importantly, be honest and open to share your experiences with the interviewers to leave a lasting impression. Here at Riverside Secondary, there are many opportunities for you to grow as an individual and as a leader. I know that many of you guys are now busy preparing for your DSA interviews and PSLE examinations. So do remember to pace yourselves and take sufficient breaks. If you need help, do consult your teachers for guidance. I've come to the end of my sharing and I hope to see you in Riverside. Bye.
Okay, right. Yeah, moment. Go on. Okay, so yeah, I hope that you have been inspired by Leti's sharing. All right, you can hear that she has had a quite very rich experience, right, in Riverside Secondary School, right, and I mean, if you have further questions, you want to hear from her, we are aware that she will be returning to Admiralty Primary tomorrow for the school's 25th anniversary. Right, so I mean, if you do see her around, maybe just check in with her, on how her Riverside experience has been. Okay, and with that, we hope that you have found out a little bit more on what the Riverside experience is and what we stand for, right? And we hope to see you join our Riverside family in 2023. And all the best to those, who have applied for DSA this time around. Okay, and if you want to find out more about us, feel free to visit us at our website, our Facebook page, and our Instagram, right? So thank you very much, and thank you for having us today.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Mark, Miss Nitya, and also send our thanks to Leti. I think thanks for the very rich sharing. I do hope the students after today's sharing, you are clearer. You are clearer, and you're also asking yourself, how are you progressing towards becoming part of Riverside Secondary? Then either via DSA or even part of S1 posting, to even to our P5 students. So what are the steps that you can take as you chart yourself to be part of Riverside? I think with that, we're not going to hold back Miss Mark and team further. Uh, any questions that you still have, feel free to post in our Google Classroom. We see whether we can help them to answer that particular question. Just bear in mind that this session was recorded, and students, it will be shared to you via Google Classroom so that you can have further conversation with your teachers as well as your parents. With that, once again, thank you from Admiralty Primary. We'll see you again soon. Miss Mark?
Thanks, Mr. Shahril. Thank you and good luck, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, the rest of us stay for a while, okay? Okay. All right, let me see. Hold on.